Yo, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? I'm Jay with DCA Adventure, and since I missed Thursday's video, I figured I would go online, or go live, and we'll do one today for you. And maybe you guys can show me down in the chat what coins you're charting, what you're looking at. Let me know if you guys can hear me at all, too. Keeper of the crypto. Unfortunately, I don't get to nap very often with 5 kids, so it gets hard. What are you holding there, Keeper of the Crypto? What are you charting? You just joined the Patreon, so we need to get you over to the scripts, which I'm going to go over a little bit here on how to add those scripts to your chart. And these trading scripts work for any asset. So if you're trading Forex, you're trading crypto, you know, traditional stock markets, they work for everything. So that's pretty good. ETH and then ADA. Okay, so we'll definitely be looking at both of those. Before we get all into that, well, we'll let a couple more people get rolling in here. But not financial advice. Trade at your own risk. Leverage trading is super risky. You can make a ton of money very quickly, and you can lose all that money just as quickly. So definitely need to have a button-down trading strategy. Get your head screwed on straight. You can't just be all willy-nilly throwing your money in at trades unless you have some sort of plan to go by. I've been trading a little over 7 years, cryptocurrency, so I've been through each stage. So I've taken enough bumps and bruises that hopefully we can save you guys all from taking them bumps and bruises too. Let's go over here. We're on CoinGecko. I like looking at CoinGecko better than CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance. It just doesn't seem... I just don't like it. Seems a little sketch sometimes, a little suspect. But Ethereum, it is at a pivotal point right now with price. Keeper of the Crypto, you are in the Patreon group, so you've seen the trade that I posted with Ethereum. Now, I leverage trade a lot. I hardly spot trade. When I do spot trade, you know, it's usually altcoins and stuff like that. But leverage trading, if you don't know what that is, and you're just starting your journey of trading, stay away from leverage right now. We'll ease into that as you learn and as you get a good strategy down. But it's you're basically, you could take $10, put it into an exchange. You can leverage it by 100. So now you take 100 times 10. Okay, so now got $1,000. You can use that to trade with. Now, I'm not saying you can lose $1,000. If you leverage it by 100, you will just, if you lose the trade, you're going to lose all the margin that you risk. So if you put in 10, you'll lose 10. A lot different than spot trading. Like I said, you can lose a lot of money way quicker with spot trading. So be very cautious with that. I would recommend paper trade on a leverage trading platform like Phemex or Bybit. Links for that stuff is in the description. That's where I leverage trade. If you are inside the US, you need to use a VPN. I'm using NordVPN right now. It's not the best, but I have it for like 5 years already paid, so I might as well just keep using it. But typically you want to find a good VPN that's not going to leak your IP address, and then you can go make an account on any of these leverage trading exchanges. Now, Bybit is changing, and they are knocking out all the Canadian customers. So if you live over there in Canada, which a lot of our guys do, sorry, but you're not going to be able to leverage trade on Bybit no more unless you're using a VPN saying that you are somewhere else. Yeah, what's up, Grits? Yeah, I'm in the cool time zone, so I understand if you you forget sometimes. But let's just go right over here to Ethereum and check it out, and we'll see what is going to happen. Now, I am shorting Ethereum, but before we get into that, we'll back up a minute, hit the brakes. For the new guys that just joined, there's a lot of guys in DCA, and then there's a lot of guys over in my Discord group, Crypto Mentors. We got a ton of new people over there too, so I'm sure them guys will be watching this video at some point. So this little first part is for you new people. But when you join a premium group, you join over in Crypto Mentors, Astro Park is going to take care of your scripts, and he will give you access through TradingView. If you're doing it through DCA Adventure and you're buying a premium subscription, then I take care of that part of it as far as getting you the trading scripts and all that stuff. But typically, when you're new, you're going to make an account for TradingView. TradingView, you can use the free account. You do not need a paid account. One of the biggest reasons why I learned how to make these trading scripts was because if you're using a free account, you can only use 3 indicators at one time, and that sucks. So by using the DCA trading scripts, you can use multiple different indicators all at once. So for example, the DCA oscillator has 6 or 7 indicators coded into one. The DCA power tool, it has 10 to 11 indicators all coded into one. So you can use both of those scripts plus a couple different other indicators like the RSI, the MACD. And if you don't know how to use RSI or MACD, or if you learned how to use them by getting on YouTube and typing that shit in there and picking the first couple videos, I'm telling you, you're using it wrong. You're using those indicators wrong. I have made a couple videos showing how to use them the right way. I'd suggest go in there and check those out, as MACD and RSI are pretty important indicators. Those indicators are coded into the DCA scripts. They are coded in the background, and I will show you a little bit about that when we get into there. But when you sign up for TradingView, you're going to follow me, DCA Adventure, and you're going to get to your home page. So your home page is not going to say DCA Adventure, it's going to say whatever you signed up for it to be. But when you are wanting to get to the scripts and put on to your chart, you're just going to go up here in the search bar and type in BTC. You want to make sure you slide over here and you hit crypto up here on these tabs. You can use all, but it's way noisier. You're going to get a lot more crap in there. So just leave it on crypto. And you can do indexes too. It'll show you market cap of altcoins, Bitcoin, a lot of different stuff. Pretty good stuff in the index part of it. Now here you want to use the Bitcoin pair that you are trading exchange. So if you're trading on Coinbase, you want to go down here to Bitcoin USD, Coinbase. We're going to click that, and then basically anytime I chart something, I go ahead and follow it, because you know it's easier to get back to, because once you start following it, it then adds it onto your watch list, which is all this stuff over here. I do have a tutorial on how to use TradingView. I need to update it, make a new one. They just keep coming out with new stuff all the time, so it's it can be a little daunting at first. But you guys will get it. It's super simple. It's one of the best out there. I've tried them all. I've used 3 commas. I used TradeStation. I've used Think or Swim. Think or Swim is garbage. Don't go over there and use any of their crap. It's garbage. But once you get to your Bitcoin US dollar, you can scroll down through here, and it's going to tell you all the technicals. It's going to show you the top ideas from the top guys on TradingView. I wanted to start updating more charts to TradingView and make a little bit bigger of a splash here. When I was doing it through Crypto Mentors, I had a pretty high following, and my rating was pretty high. Hang on one second, guys. All right. So, like I was saying, you can go down through here. You can look at all these guys' stuff. You know, anytime you can find somebody better, somebody who really knows what is going on, it's good to follow them. You know what I mean? Learn a little bit from everybody. I am by no means any kind of guru at all. So don't think I am. I lose trades just like everybody else. I lost one last night. I went short on Ethereum at the 50-day moving average. I got stopped out at break even. I was in green, I was in profit, and I moved my stop down to break even. So that's right around 15 to 20% in the green. After you consider fees and everything else, you're right around break even at that point. So I didn't lose, but I didn't win either. But that's where proper risk management comes in, and having your plan set up and trading your own plan. And if you're not doing that, I guarantee you're losing. You're losing more than you're winning. But so you can go through here, look at all the top Bitcoin news, the top Bitcoin ideas and charts and all that good stuff. There's this here. I don't pay attention to any of this shit. To be honest, 100% honest with you guys, I don't look at none of this stuff. As soon as I click on Bitcoin, I just hurry up and go over to the full feature chart right here. And then I make my own analysis. I don't listen to a million other people on YouTube, and I don't listen to what all the news people are saying. You need to respect the chart, respect your TA, and you'll win a lot more than you lose. Alright, so I am on double chart. If this loads up. Yeah, see, I'm only using 20.9% of my CPU at 60 frames per second. It's just, I'm in a process of building a computer for this kind of stuff, guys, so it won't be this bad very much longer. So I apologize. My partner Astro Park over in the DCA, or over in the Crypto Mentors Discord, he had just come out with a brand new trading script on levels, and this is going to show you where price levels are as far as support and resistance. Super helpful. If you go through and you look at all the lines that are posted here, you can see where price pretty much stopped and started at every level. The smaller the level, the lower the volume it is, the bigger the dots and the level, the bigger the volume coming in. But I want to show you new guys real quick how to get the charts or the scripts up on your chart. So when you click that full featured button, it's going to bring you right here. And this is just your basic candlestick chart. You can go up here and you can change your candlesticks around. When we first made the trading scripts, they were only made for Heikin-Ashi candles. Heikin-Ashi candles are great for new traders. It will help you guys establish where the trend is actually at in the market structure. Using regular candles, like I use a lot, is way more noisier, and it's hard at times to get a very good grasp on what the actual trend is doing. So if you're new, I recommend going up here, clicking you over to Heikin-Ashi. Now you see how it takes all that noise and all that chop out. You're going to get a lot of green and then a lot of red, versus you click back here with regular candles. You know, you got green, red, green, red, red, green, green. Real choppy, real noisy. This will help you a ton learning the beginning. And learning trading is going to be hard for you. One of the hardest things I've learned how to do. It took a lot of patience, lost a lot of money. You know, it took a couple years before I was profitable, where I could, you know, start putting bigger sums of money in there. And that's where that's our goal to get you guys at. My goal is not for you to rely on me. My goal is for you to rely on yourself. If you can make yourself the signal and give yourself the proper tools and all that, you'll get a great edge against the market. You know, because let's face it, when we're trading, we're not trading against me and you. We're trading against AI and robots and all the other crazy stuff that's got going on. That's right, Grits. You know that's what I'm trading, boy. You know that's what I'm trading, that freaking 21-day moving average. I called the short trade in there just a little bit ago. It was right when I got home. I caught it. So, I mean, it hit perfect. But we're going to look at that here in a second. I'll get these scripts pulled up. So what you guys want to do is after you click the link I give you, you add it to your favorites. You're going to go in. You're going to sign into TradingView. You're going to go into the little search bar. You're going to type in what crypto you're looking at. You're going to click that crypto and trading pair, whatever you're doing. And then you're going to come to this chart. Once you get to the full feature chart, you're going to go up here to the FX. You're just going to click on it. And then your favorites is going to be right here at the top. You're going to click that. And then all them scripts that I just sent you should be right here in this folder. Okay. And you guys, I have quite a few more to send you. These are not all DCA. Most of them are Astro Park, and these are all paid scripts. So a lot of these you can't get access to unless you pay for them. But there is quite a few in here that I've made that you will get access to, and anytime I make a new script, you guys will all get access to it. Keeper of the crypto, you trading on Pionex or however the hell you say it? Because now that you are in the DCA Patreon, you will actually have access to bots too, but they are not automatic trading bots where you throw your money at it and then it'll trade for you. It just is spitting out signals on all the different crypto assets that, different conditions. So like we have a VWAP bot, volume weighted moving average. So it's basically when the VWAP conditions are right and it's signaling to buy or sell, the bot then does that. There's several different ones. There's Astro Park Algo 1. So his algo, whenever his algo prints a buy or sell condition, then the bot does that for you, does the buy and sell, or it spits it out to you and tells you to do it. Over in Crypto Mentors, we do have a bot for Binance that you can hook up through API, and it will trade for you. You can do it automatically that way, but we do not have that over on DCA. I'm not that big of a fan of bots, really, but Pionex is pretty good. I've been using it a lot. I made the statement a week or so ago that I have not lost one time on a bot yet. Sad to say that I can no longer say that anymore, because I have lost 2 here recently with the bots. And it wasn't that I lost, it was that they shut them off because it hit my stop loss. But what was cool was I still made money because it bought down here, sold up here, bought down here, sold up here, and then when it went way down, then it knocked me out. So I made a little bit of money on a couple of trades it did. Not that bad. So you will go into here and you're going to find the DCA oscillator. You're going to click it. And then you're going to find the DCA power tool, and then you're going to click it. And then you're going to go down to the DCA SMA cross, and you're going to click it. 3 biggest scripts that I use the most of. Eventually you guys will get to where you only need that bottom oscillator and you don't need nothing else. And, well, moving averages. You always should be looking at moving averages. So it's going to tell you right here what the scripts are, what the names are. And then down here, you want to get rid of that. There'll be a little drop down arrow. Click it, it'll take that away. I normally do that so it cleans up the chart. So now you got your DCA power tool on top of here, and it's just an EMA ribbon, and each one of these EMAs, if you don't know how moving averages work, go back to the basic indicators for beginners, and I go over how moving averages are calculated and what they're telling you. But if you're just learning daily charts, weekly charts, 12-hour charts, those are the best charts to start with. And once you start trading one time frame, so if you enter a trade on an hour chart or you enter a trade on a daily chart, don't look at all the other time frames. Reason why I tell you not to is because you'll start beating yourself up. Like, man, I missed all these opportunities. So if you trade on a daily chart and then you drop down to an hour chart, you're going to be pissed. You're going to be like, oh my God, I could have traded all this. So it's better to just, whichever you enter on, whichever you're trading on, stay on that one. But so we're going to click off. You want to hide these so you don't see them because you want to look at something else or use something else. You can hover over it and go to the eyeball, hide it. I use the EMA ribbon, but I use moving averages more. And what we did over in Patreon group, get over here to Ethereum real quick. Ooh. Okay, so this is another big difference too. You see how on regular candles we're still way up here at that 21-day moving average. We are looking on the daily. This is my 21-day moving average using the DCA simple moving simple moving average script. So if you click over Hike and a She, looks like it dropped a lot. Which Hike and a She is calculating candles differently. The open and closes are different on Hike and a She than they are versus regular candles. So when I got home earlier, we were right up here at that 21-day moving average at the purple line, right around 1680. Got in the group, called for the short position, and when I say short, I'm saying that the asset is going down. A lot of us that leverage trade, we go short and we go long. So when we go short, we're betting against the asset to go down. When we go long, we're betting that the asset is going up. Nice way to make money on both sides of the fence. And bear markets are my best trading. I'd much rather trade bear markets than bull runs. Only because my strategy works a lot better that way. Typically, I like to let the asset pump during a bear market, let it go up naturally by itself, and then all I'm looking to do is take the short position and bet on the asset to go down. So if you can time it up right and you can set your charts up right, like on your daily with your positions, you can pretty much, your asset will be making money 24/7 as long as you're winning your trades. So we're going to look and see where we are at on the supermarket cycle and see if we're still okay. As far as Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, the top 100, most of the charts are going to look just like this, where we're ranging in between this 21 and 50-day moving average. And I don't trade in between here that much, you guys. It's too noisy, it's too risky and choppy. I take the important trades, and that's when we're either at a key area of support and resistance, or we are at one of these bigger daily moving averages. And if you happen to catch the price testing one of these moving averages on a weekly time frame, even better. And you can see we're still way above these on the weekly. So looking at that, we still have a potential to come back down here to $960 on Ethereum. We're going to go back to the daily. So we took our short position. So as of right now, the short position's still looking very good. We don't want it to break up above that 21. I'm using that 21 day. I'm right above it. My stop loss is sitting right around almost 17,000 or 1,700. I'm sorry, on Ethereum. So I go a little bit deeper than the moving averages to take into account stop losses and other stuff that other traders are setting in there. Because normally, if there's 50,000 of us looking at that 21 and we're all wanting to short there, we're all going to be putting our stop losses right back here in the $1,700 area. And normally, the exchange will see that and they will push the price there to knock them stop losses out. They make a little bit of money. You get knocked out of your position, and then boom, trade goes the way it was supposed to go that you initially planned for. So wherever you think about setting your stuff up, go a little deeper. The worst that could happen is it not get picked up and you don't enter the trade. I mean, it's not the end of the world, especially when you first get into trading. Like, the biggest thing is you think that you need to be trading all the time, and you got to be looking at the charts all the time. I promise you don't have to. I'll save you the headache now, and you don't got to do that. Trade the daily chart, and then you only have to trade a couple times a month. and you'll be a lot better off. You want to get into scalping, you want to get into them micro trades, that's fine, but you need to be very well rounded and very well equipped to do something like that, or you're just going to lose your ass. Trust me, I've done it. I've done it. So for Ethereum, we would like to see, obviously, a break above that 21, and we want to see it close above that 21 day on the daily time frame. If that happens, it's going to the next leg higher. It should definitely go. And if you look down here on the DCA oscillator, we got all kinds of room to move up. Now, in a bull market scenario like we are in now, taking these short positions are very, very risky. I had posted this a couple days ago about scalp trading shorts and longs during certain times. The moving averages got to be set up a certain way before I will trade them, and right now they are set up the right way, so I will trade the shit out of them. But normally in a bull run, it's easier to take a long position than it is to short, and vice versa. In a bear market, we're looking to take the shorts more than we are the longs. It's easier. So if you ever see me post a short here while we're in this little bull market cycle, very risky trades. They're just scalp trading. I'm not going in real heavy. They're in and out trades most of the time. When I tried to take this 50-day moving average short on the blue line last night, that red candle, zoom this in a little bit, we went short right at the top of it. So I was in short right around, it was 1520 something I got in, but it went all the way down to 1446. That's a hell of a money making trade there. But I fell asleep, moved my stop loss down. I never had to take profit in. And looking left on the chart, I should have had to take profit in this area here. And if I would have won that trade. So don't do what I do, guys. Do as I say. If it does reject here, I don't think that it'll go back below that 50-day moving average. We do have a little bit of support in that area, right around 1,660 down to the 50, right around $1,550. And then you have the next big area over here to the left. So we're looking right around 1,450 down to, say, all the way down to 1,225 is a decent area. So it'd take a lot of bad stuff to happen, a lot of sell volume to come in and push us back down there. So as long as we're in between these moving averages, we're bullish. We're okay, you guys. You start to see it dump down below the 50-day like we did over here. You want to start getting nervous. You really want to start paying attention. This is when shit can go bad and you can lose a lot of money, especially if you're leverage trading. If we're only spot trading, then it's not that big of a deal. You know, strong hands hold it out. But if you're leverage trading, you want to be looking to get the hell out right around here. And it did drop down, and a couple times it closed underneath. So I was like, oh my god, we're really gonna dump with Ethereum. I was expecting it to go all the way back down to $1,000, 1,050 area. Not saying that it still can't, because it definitely is possible, but looking at the daily chart, I still think Ethereum is very, very bullish. It's like I said, the oscillator's got a ton of room down here to move up. The momentum wave, the blue momentum wave, it is not even above 0 yet. It's still at, it's like -4 almost, -5. So we got a lot of room. And when the oscillator is bottoming out like this is when you want to be looking for your buys. Okay? And you got two momentum waves here on this oscillator. You got your orange one and you got your blue one. Basically, when you're looking to take your trades, you want to wait till this orange line is cutting off into the blue. And when that cuts off, that's when you want to enter. And if you would look straight up, boom, it cut off right back here at the red. Close, opening into the green is where it cut off. So that would have been your signal, hey, it's buy time, buy here. And then obviously you would have went through here. Like any other trader, you would have seen that we got up to that 21. We rejected off of it. You should have taken profit there, had your profit right there. And then we fall back below it. The only reason why I took that short below it, it was a risky short, and you would have made money off of it if you'd have been sitting in front of the computer watching everything go down. I did not have that time last night, so I ended up breaking even on my trade, but I could have had a pretty nice gain right there just off that one candle trade, trading one candle. Well, yeah, Nem. Buy high, sell low, duh. No, guys, that is not how we do it. You're not buying high and selling low. I mean, if that's your thing, if that's what floats your boat, then by all means, do that. But I wouldn't recommend it. Not financial advice, that's right. So yeah, guys, be looking for this rejection here at the 21. It's not good that the 21 is curling down towards that 50. You don't want to see the 21 cross under the 50. That's very bearish. So hopefully it will break through here and it will close above it. I'm not convinced it's going to. That's why I have a short position. I'm in a short right now again on Ethereum, so we'll see what happens. Play this by ear. And if it does dump, then be looking for that 50-day moving average again, guys. Be looking for the 50-day. Bitcoin. Whoa. Oh, son of a bitch. I missed that. I'm holding lots of Vax art, and it went all the way up to $24. A long time ago. I missed it. Vax art is a stock, not a crypto. Stellar and Graph. Alright, Grits, we'll take a look at that. Talk about Bitcoin real quick. You guys see we did have a big bearish divergence here. We had one big wave, and then the next wave after it was smaller on the top side. So you got your below zero and you got above zero. So above zero, we have our big wave, we have our small wave. So that's a divergence. And then you have this big wave, this small wave. That is also a divergence. I don't trade the divergences very much. But if you would have traded this, you wait till the end of the divergence if you can catch it, and you trade there. So you would have went short here, and you'd be a multi-millionaire right now. So keep an eye on them divergences. They're very helpful. Same with Ethereum, Bitcoin on the daily chart. The oscillator and the indicators all have been reset. They're all right down there around the zero mark. So plenty of room to move up. Plenty of room to move down too. So you got to really watch what is going on. Now, for you guys that are not in the Patreon group, short this 21-day moving average. We've tested it though a few times. So every time we test support, resistance, moving averages, they get weaker. We're pulling out sellers every time we go up and hit that resistance. And eventually no more sellers, and then we can break through. And same with anything else, guys. We need to see Bitcoin get up above the 21. Got to get up there, come back, test as support a couple times. It needs to validate and respect that area of support. And if it doesn't, then it's going to break back down. But if it does validate there, guys, and support is respected, then we're moving to the next leg up. If you don't know how to figure out where the next leg is, because we're up at an all-time high area, then you need to turn on the DCA Fibonacci tool. You're gonna go back over here into your scripts. Yeah, Nam, I did see that. A freaking guy, one guy did that. One guy did the dot crash, and how he did it is he basically, you know, it's manipulation just like the whales do with everything else. But so what he did was he put a long position in at let's just say $1,000 for example. So he put a long position in at $1,000 on dot. Well, then he goes up to, I don't know what dot's price is right now, but let's just say it's $100. Okay, So now he's gonna go, all right, I'm gonna go up to $115 and I'm gonna put in a $50,000 short. Okay, so then what he did is he market bought a couple times to pump the price, and then he hurried up and he market sold everything that he had on that long. So what it ended up doing was causing a huge wick to come down on the candle, because he was messing around with a substantial amount of money. And if you got enough money, you can move these markets around. So when he market sold his long position, he instantly took liquidity out of that order book, meaning there was nothing there to back up any of the shares or the coins. Okay, there's no money behind any of it, and when that happens, the floor falls out. So in the process of market selling his long, he's already in a short position, which now he just made, I don't know how many millions it was, 1.2 million or 1.8 million or something he made off that one trade by pushing the price down like that. So it happens everywhere, guys. It's not just, here and there. You got it on Coinbase, you got it on Binance, you got it on Kraken. I think here in the last 2 months, every single one of them places have had a wick like that on something. Kraken was Ethereum, and that was last week or the week before, I think, where it wicked all the way down to $700. So it doesn't hurt to have a couple ridiculously low buy orders down. You never know where that shit's gonna go. But I can tell you this, I almost guarantee 100% that you go back and look at any of these flash crashes that we have had, and every single one of them went to a moving average. I'd probably bet $100 on it and say that they do. I should probably. 8.3 million. Holy shit. See? 8.3 million. I was watching the documentary today about the young kid, the 15-year-old that did the whole Twitter hacking job there, and what he was doing was buying names. Like, so he bought Elon Musk, he bought Joe Biden, he bought all these top names on Twitter through some app bullshit thing they were doing. I don't know exactly what it was called, but he was selling these to different people, and then that's how he came up with, oh man, I'm gonna go in and say, hey, if you send me 1 Bitcoin, I'll send you 30 back. It's a pretty good deal. It was just amazing. A 15-year-old kid did that. 15 years old. Nemesis, why haven't you thought of anything cool like that? You're not 15, you're way older. You should have way more knowledge. Alright, so if we go down to the Bitcoin or the DCA Fib, you're going to click that right there. Fibonacci is, said this 100 times, Fibonacci is basically support and resistance. So if you can, spot your own support and resistance and draw your lines in, then you can use Fibonacci. Fibonacci can be complicated, especially when you're using the Fibonacci extension levels. When you're looking at an uptrend, you go from swing low to swing high, and when you're looking at downtrends, you go from swing high to swing low. That sounds a little bit complicating, so that's why I made this. You don't have to know any of that bullshit. You can just put the DCA Fib on there, and it's going to tell you what you need to know. Now, we want to kind of figure out, where is Bitcoin going to go? I'm going to show you a couple different tools that I'm using and what I'm looking at to get my price predictions on Bitcoin. But what you do is you're going to go to your little drop down. You're going to hover over your Bitcoin Fib script. You're going to click your cogwheel for the setting. And when you go in there, you want to click reverse. Okay, now these are going to give you your extensions. So now that we got the extensions popped up, 618 is like my favorite one to trade to. And if you look here, I mean, we're hitting the fib lines perfectly. We're bouncing between the 1 and bouncing off to 0.786. The most common lines that we hit, the most important ones, are the 786, the 618, and the 382. So always be watching those. And we hit 5 sometimes too. That's on your regular fib. Now on your extensions, you're looking for the 1.618. And that's basically it on the extension. I mean, you can look at the 2, you can look at the 1.414, but we typically hit the 1.618 a lot more. And that's putting us right around $88,891 on Bitcoin. Possible. Possible. I don't think it's that hard for it to achieve that at all, especially with all of our indicators and everything else reset. Earlier we had talked about MACD RSI being coded into the background of the DCA oscillator, and what I meant by that is if you trade with the RSI, Relative Strength Index, or you trade with your MACD, they're basically giving you overbought and oversold conditions. So when the RSI gets down below 40, it's telling you that it's been oversold. It's time to start buying back. When the RSI breaks above 80, it's saying, hey, we're overbought, need to start selling some. And the MACD does the same thing, but it has a signal line in there and does all kinds of other weird shit. This has all of that, and it's telling you the same thing. You just gotta know how to read it. So when these red dots print and the green dots down here, those are basically telling you overbought, oversold. You can look at them as buy and sell. But just because an oscillator is saying overbought or oversold does not mean it's immediately going to go up or immediately going to go down. Okay, that's why we read these momentum waves in here. If we can get the dot and the dot prints, then we need to be watching these momentum waves. And we need to be saying, okay, well, you printed the dot. Now where's the cut in? But usually it'll cut in before the dot and then the dot prints. So if you can see that cut in the dot prints, probably safer to take the trade. If you see a dot print but you don't see no cut in on the momentum, probably just sit on your hands. This is a no repaint script too, and what I mean by that is looking at it today, we're looking at current. So like right now it's got a green dot here. As long as that dot stays green by the time the candle closes in 59 minutes, 1 hour, it'll stay green forever. A lot of scripts, 99% of them on TradingView. There's tons of free trading stuff out there, but 99% of them are garbage. They repaint, they lie to you. They'll tell you to take a trade here. It'll totally wreck you, and then you'll go back and look, and the son of a bitch completely changed around and said to do the other thing that you should have done. So you don't have to worry about none of that with DCA trading scripts. It's not going to repaint on you. It's not going to tell you green today and then you go ahead and take a buy, and then you look tomorrow and you got liquidated and lost all your money and then see that the dot was red. It's not going to do that. It'll stay green. And that's why it's usually waiting for candle close for any of this stuff to print. That's basically what the dots are doing. So RSI, when we're overbought, you know, goes up past 80. So when we get past 80, boom, dots start printing saying, hey, we're overbought. Be looking for a correction or a breather. And you can see we got it right after the big sell, and then little sell dot printed. Boom, it did go down. So it's, there's several different ways you can trade using that DCA oscillator. You can do, like in the tutorial video I show you how to do a root wave, trigger wave setup with the oscillator, and you can trade just that and be profitable. You can trade just the VWAP wave, and that's down here. This is a yellow wave. You got to be holding the asset when VWAP is above 0. Get out of the asset when VWAP is curling down, getting ready to dip under 0. You don't want to be holding it. Scroll that down. So around 88,000 is a possible target for Bitcoin. I have been looking at the, I'll pull it up here. So we have an DCA Bitcoin investor tool. I did not write this. Another guy wrote this. I'll have to get his name and give him the correct shout out or whatever. I used part of his code. I didn't use all of it. There's at the end there's some shit that I did to it, but I can't take credit for doing this whole giddy up here. That was somebody else. But then we got the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curves. Another good one. This is how I'm looking for the Bitcoin super cycle. Take that one off right now. Now I'm looking at this on the monthly with the Bitcoin log growth. If you guys have watched any of my previous videos, I kept telling you that we needed to close above that median line, that yellow line here on the Bitcoin log growth. And if you are in the DCA Patreon, you will have this script. I've given it to a lot of people. I do post them right in the DCA Patreon channel. So if you weren't there when I posted it and didn't get it, hit me up in the DMs. I will get it to you. What up, Mikkel? How you doing, buddy? But we are on very good track for the supermarket cycle. I'm a lot more comfortable saying that we're probably there. We got 25 days left in this candle close, and I'm sure it will close above where we are at right now. So as long as we stay above this yellow line, we are in a bull market. Now on every other super cycle, we have hit this top line after we have closed above the middle line. So once we got above here, we made it to here. If we can make it to here, so let's just say 1 month, 2 months, let's just say it's 3 months from now. 3 months from now would put us at, yeah, over $113,000 Bitcoin, which is freaking awesome. So it's very possible we're going to hit 100,000 at least within the next couple months, I would assume, as long as everything keeps on track on what we're looking at. Yeah, do that, Grits, for sure. Hit me up about that. I'll get that over to you. I'm not sure if I sent it when I sent you that slew of other ones the other day, but yeah, just double check and make sure, and if I didn't get it to you, I will for sure send it over. That's right, Keeper of the Crypto, and that's where I'll buy the rip. Yes, sir. Yeah, you see Bitcoin, for you Patreon guys, since you have this script, you see Bitcoin getting underneath that middle line. It's time to start worrying a little bit. Not so much as in dump all your Bitcoin, but, you know, bear market start. Because typically we'll hit the top line up here, this top blue line, and then it's bear market almost immediately afterwards. It does not at all last long, and you guys can go back all the way to 2013 and look at Bitcoin's history with the supermarket cycle. 6 months tops that we were going up, and then maybe 6 months to a year we head back down to the middle line, and then another 6 months to a year we're going even farther below that. So the bear market cycle is always way longer than the bull runs. Oh, you know, just going over some basics, beginning of stuff right now for the new people who just joined. Getting them able to get their scripts put on there, and I will get with you guys too, you new guys, and we'll get into the DCA Patreon channel where we can jump in there and do a video call, and we'll go over the scripts, and I'll show you some strategies that I use when I trade with it and what I'm looking at and all that good stuff. And I will get this script over to you guys. But yeah, be watching this thing. This is definitely going to help you into determining whether you should be buying big amounts of Bitcoin or you should maybe lay off a little bit. I'm going to tell you this, when we get to here, I'm taking profit. No matter what, I don't give a crap what the price is. If it takes 4 months from now, I just know when we get to this top line, bear market's going to be starting. So I will be liquidating most of my stuff. Not financial advice again. Sold all my Bitcoin at 51K for Engine Week before last, which worked out pretty good. Sold Engine at $1.30. Yeah, I mean, you did that pretty good. That was the best way you could have done that. We'll click back over here onto the daily real quick. You might be getting your opportunity to buy back into your Bitcoin. May not be at 44,000, but Ooh, 42,800. Be looking for that area if it rejects off that 21-day moving average. Why I say that too is because there's a huge area of support on the left of the chart. So if we're looking at your chart and you're trying to figure out support, resistance, look to the left. All your old resistance becomes new support to the right. So this is old resistance over here. Now we're looking over here, and you can see that 50-day moving average lines right up with support. So very, very, very possible that if it does reject here in the next hour, we might get a spike down here to that 50-day. So wouldn't hurt to put a couple buy orders down there. And remember, like I said, go a little bit deeper. Even if you wanted to do like a ladder position, okay, so like what a ladder position looks like, you could just use increments of money, and let's say $100, okay, so you want to do $100 at the 21-day, you want to do $100 here, $100 here. Oh, I gotta keep clicking it. And you can ladder these things out all over. And I don't know where a lot of you newer guys are trading, but where I trade, you can ladder trade like this. You can set everything up, and then you can actually go on, grab your trade once it's on your chart, and you can modify it or edit just by dragging it around the chart. Okay, so like if you're looking at that 51 or 21, you're like, go a little bit deeper. You can move it up there. It amends the order and makes it to that price. Very good feature. Hyper Trader, I trade there. I trade all my altcoins over there. They have a function where you can set up a ladder trade. Very convenient. Not hard at all. So if you're interested in the Hyper Trader, I can get you guys the links and see about getting you guys a free couple weeks or whatever to try it out, because I know that they have went all the way premium. So I don't think you can use anything unless you're paying for it. I'm not 100% sure, but let me know if you're interested, because I like it because it has, you can chart 4 different things. You can hook up 7 or 8 different exchanges to it, and you can trade all that stuff and chart everything all from one place. So it's way convenient than having to be on Binance, Kraken, KuCoin, and jumping back and forth. You can have everything all set up on one application, and it just makes it convenient. I really like what they're doing. It's like if you have a problem with something, or you'd like to see something better or different, you can go in and tell them in the Discord what you want to see, and if it's a good idea, they will do it. There are a couple things on the Hyper Trader terminal that I have suggested, and they did, and quite a bunch of other guys I know, stuff that they suggested and ended up being came out in newer updates. So that's why I kind of stick with them. You know, they're cool. They listen to their people. They're not all about just trying to throw some piece of shit terminal out there and get you to pay for it, make money off you. If you're going to sign up to Bybit, make sure you use the link down below so you can take advantage of the cheaper fees for your trading and the deposit bonus you're going to get. And I think they're doing a couple other things for me too, so you might get some extras in there. I'm not 100% on that. But if you are going to trade Bybit, turn your VPN onto Hong Kong. And it depends on where you're at too. The reason why I say Hong Kong with Bybit is I had issues when they first came out, and they said, well, if you use the VPN and turn it on to Hong Kong, you'll be using the same servers that Bybit is using, which I don't know how true that is, but that's what you want to use. You can't use the UK one anymore. They're going to ding you. What the hell is going on with you Canadian guys? But why would they be doing that? Why would they not be letting you guys leverage trade? Like, I don't get it. Okay, then yeah, you should be alright. Just sign up and put it on the Hong Kong. And if I'm not 100% sure, but I think Brave now has a VPN built into it. I know they have Tor, but I'm not 100% sure about the VPN. Like I said, I'm using Nord. I know it sucks, but I have it for the next 5 years, so I might as well use it. Yeah, and it does not look good for Bitcoin right now. 46 minutes left in the daily candle, and it does not look like it's going to get above that 21-day moving average. We got a teeny tiny bit of resistance there that we're fighting against, but make no mistake, the more we test that, the weaker it's going to get. So eventually you're going to see that run, just like what happened with ETH last night. I totally did not expect it to get up over the 50-day. Because normally once it goes below the 50-day, it usually gets pretty bloody. But we did. We bounced right back, and now we're testing that 21. So let's go over here and look at Cardano. I know that they were doing mainnet, I think, and doing some other stuff, I do believe. So I don't think trading is up for them right now. If you can trade... if you can trade ADA, I'd be buying it right now. I'd be taking a long position. You guys can see that we're touching that 21. And see, look at old Kraken. Look at old Kraken. Look at this shit. A wick all the way down to that 200-day moving average. And we hardly ever touch that 200-day moving average on most assets. So yeah, went all the way down there to 21 cents before spiking right back up to over $1. But yeah, this is sitting on that 21-day moving average. I would probably take your long position here, drop your stop loss right below it. So you'd probably go long. I'd maybe do 2 different trades. I'd set a long at $1, 1.07, and then another position at current price, $1.12. And then your stop loss right below there at $1.13. Let it ride. See what happens with it. If you don't want to trade the moving average and take the long, you can just draw you a breakout trade in here, which is set up perfect for one. These are my favorite low risk trades to do. What's nice about breakout trades too is you know pretty quickly if you're gonna lose or win. You can draw this as a triangle. If I was going to trade the ADA, I would put a channel in there. I would draw a channel, and you got this nifty little channel tool down here. And remember too, guys, let me get rid of that middle line. I do not like those. When drawing in your support and resistance, you gotta have at least 3 touches. It's not a valid support area, not a valid resistance area if you don't have more than 3 touches. When looking at a trend, so let's say that we were looking at this trend line right here. And we were watching the trend. As long as you don't get a candle close underneath of your trend line will be valid. So if we were looking at this trend here, we go, and we end up getting a candle that closes below it. Another one, it got kind of above it. So this trend is pretty much not valid after this candle. After this candle, you shouldn't be taking any more trades based off your extension on your line, just so you know. Yep, it'll be alright, keeper. Don't have regrets and beat yourself up. We're gonna be opportunities forever. You know, crypto ain't going anywhere. Markets aren't going anywhere. Opportunities will always present themselves. We just have to be patient. We have to know what we're looking for when we're scanning through all the charts and being able to just at a glance know what's going on. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Ichimoku Cloud, but that's why that indicator was made. It was made for you to be able to turn on your chart, and just by glancing at it, you know what's going on. Very accurate indicator. New guy, learning trading might be a little frustrating because there's a lot of shit on there. I mean, it's noisy. It's very noisy. I turn like half the indicator off when I use it because there's a lot of stuff that they have in there that you don't need. Maybe I should just make my own, I think. Maybe I'll try doing that. I'll make my own version of it. Yeah, $1.45. And why I tell you not to beat yourself up so bad, man, is because if I would have held on to what I originally had in ADA, I'd have my own island right now. I really would. Yeah, I mean, it makes me sick thinking about it right now. Like, damn it. But it'll happen again. There'll be other opportunities. I got other stuff that, you know, that was way back when I didn't know any better and I didn't have strong hands. So if you draw this, you get your little channel drawn in there and you wait. And you patiently wait. Because we are on top of the moving averages, so the moving averages are acting as support. We're just going to wait. And hopefully we get the breakout. And as soon as it breaks out of this pattern, you wanna go long here, or if you're not leverage trading, you wanna buy here and then let it run. And then obviously you're gonna put your stop back inside this pattern. Now if we break below that pattern, you're gonna sell your holdings, or you're gonna bet to go short here, and you're gonna put your stop loss back up in here in the same spot. And you'll watch my videos, I talk about it a lot, about how when we're trading these breakouts, it's 80-20. 80% of the time they work out, 20% of the time they don't. And that's why we put the stop loss back inside the pattern. Don't trade none of this junk in here. Don't trade inside your pattern. It's too hard, too risky. Chances are you'll end up losing. So it's better to wait for it to break out of the pattern. But if it breaks out of the pattern, you're going to put your stop back in here. And sometimes, that other 20% of the time, it comes back inside the pattern. And when it does, it goes all the way through the pattern and pumps. And this works either or. If it's going up through it or down through it. So leave your stop loss in the middle. Damn, you know what? I got to start saving these charts and my drawings. And we're going to turn these babies into NFTs. Telling you what, my buddy is killing it on them things. I still don't understand them, but damn it. I had baby hands too, buddy. I had baby hands too. It's okay, I promise. I had baby hands too. Wanted to look at graph. I think that's GRT, is it maybe? Are you still here, Grits? Is it GRT for the ticker on graph? I think so. Yeah, pretty sure it's GRT. Okay. I mean, it's, looking at the daily chart, we're bullish in a sense because we're in between that 21 and 50-day moving average. You can see that we've tested that 21-day quite a few times. We keep rejecting off of it, so one of these times it's got to break back up through there. You got a nice area of support starting at 177 down to 142. And then if you drop down to that 50-day, you're looking at 131 would be my lowest go-to. But on a lot of the assets I've been looking at, man, we've got this moving average curling down towards the 50, which is never good. I don't know if any of you guys have paid attention to the moving averages that much, but here for the last couple months, everything has been spread way out. The 21 moving average has never looked back on that 50-day moving average. Everything has been nice and like this. It's when we start to see them converge. It's what we don't want to see happen. When that 21 will cross under the 50, that's bearish. We'll probably get a pretty big dump. But I see this weird shit all the time too, and this will really get you. So your 50-day comes up. Okay, now your 21-day is coming down. and you're like, oh my god, it's gonna cross under it, it's bearish, and then boom, it just bounces off of it and takes off. So wait for the cross. Wait for the cross. And if you're in the Patreon group, you will be 100% okay when the cross happens. Why? Because the DCA trading script for the SMA moving average crossover will print a cross as soon as it happens. So you see the green cross in there? That's telling you, hey, this is a bullish crossover because our our faster moving average crossed over the slower one. So the 21 crossed above the 50, that's bullish. 21 crosses under the 50, that's bearish. Definitely learn your moving averages for my new guys. It's very important. They tell you a lot of information. I've nailed some of my biggest trades using these moving averages. Yep, let's go over here and look at XLM. Well, first for GRT, if we were looking at the daily, definitely be looking for the spike back up to the 195 area. And then if it does make it back up there, take a short trade on it or sell there. And then maybe put if you're spot trading, I would sell here and then maybe put your buy back a little bit back up above that, just in case it does break back above it. You'll be back in. But I would definitely risk the short trade only because of how these moving averages are curling down. Typically, if they were still branched out, like Ying away from each other, I would probably say not to do it. Way too risky. But I'm just hoping that bear market is not going to set in, because usually when we get these cross downs on the faster moving average, it takes a long time before they get back up into position. Where almost a year ago, my very first videos, I kept telling you guys, you know, these moving averages got to be set up a certain way before we're going to start seeing major runs. And so I hope that we can get back up there to that top line on the Bitcoin curve chart and make it to that stupid $100,000 Bitcoin. So take your short at 194, 195. I'd be looking to buy down here at 132, even lower, maybe 126-ish. Be looking for a buy. And again, oscillator on the daily, sitting right around in the middle, so it's got room to move. And looking at it now on a daily, there's no momentum in graph, so be paying attention, grits. Don't be getting yourself wrecked, buddy. XLM. Okay, so XLM on the daily, still pretty bullish. Bouncing off that 50-day moving average. This is set up into a nice breakout trade, so if you wanted to trade the breakout here, you very well could. It's set up very nice. I like when they're set up in a pennant style pattern, and it's that easy, guys. You just draw that in there and wait till it breaks that pattern, and when it does, you go long or you go short. Buy or sell. Momentum wave on XLM. We do got the orange momentum coming in with the blue wave, so now we need to be watching. We want to see it cut back in, so when it cuts back in, we know that it's going to go up. It almost looks like it's setting itself up for a pump, so be watching for the pump to that 21 moving average around 44 cents, and then be watching for the dump back down to the 50 at 38. Again, I would probably take the short position here at the 21, right around 44 cents. It's risky right now because of we're supposedly in a supermarket cycle with everything, but yeah, I would take the short there until the moving averages flatten back out and they start pointing away from each other. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna be very, very cautious about entering trades. And definitely be using a little bit tighter stop loss. Anything else you guys want to chart before we jump off here? Yo, what up, Simon? How you doing, buddy? HNS and HNT. Alright, let's take a look at helium. I do like helium. Oh, no problem, buddy, no problem. You can rewatch it. It's the beauty of YouTube. Going pretty good. Besides going into work this morning, I didn't think I was going to have to do that, but wasn't too bad. Ooh. So in DCA Patreon, I called for a buy on HNT at the 21-day moving average. I think I said I got into like a 406 or something like that. I ended up getting stopped out of that. I had my stop loss set at 380, and I did get hit out of that. Oh, Pocket Change, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I did get knocked out of the dang HNT trade, but as of right now, it's looking super good. We did close underneath the 21, and it looks like right now we're sitting on top of it. So 30 more minutes, guys. 30 more minutes left. If HNT closes above that 21-day moving average, it's probably going to take a nice little jump up. Oh, really, Simon? Good job. What you mining? I'm getting into it too. That's the whole reason of you know, building this computer, and I'm going to use it to make videos, and then when I'm not making videos, it'll be mining. But it's just you know, I want it to be good, but at the same time I don't want to dump a shit ton of money into it right yet. I'm learning how to build a computer, so I go screwing around and break my GPU in half or something, I don't want to be too upset that I spent, you know, $10,000 on a 3000 series card. But I'm gonna start small. I'm gonna make a moderate, nice little PC, and then I'm gonna try to build one that's the size of my living room. That way I can heat my house, mine 20 Bitcoin a day. Oh, hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely would like to get with you and pick your brain about trading and stuff, and you know, help me and I help you, teaching me some stuff and doing this full time. So that's right, Nem, go big or go home. So if I can't get that thing the size of my living room, then full on GPU scalper. I know the market is so nuts right now. I picked the greatest freaking time to build a computer. Now this is what's even shittier, is I had a 2060 Super KO graphics card, and I sold it to my uncle right before the boom and all the card stuff happened. So I mean, I really screwed myself. But my good buddy Nefarious Technology was able to hook me up with one of these guys right here. So I got that. I got a 1050 Ti that Mikkel gave me. It's still pretty nice. I mean, he's mined the shit out of it, but it's still a nice card. It'll be nice to just do like video rendering and stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, I screwed myself on that dang 2060. I wish I would have kept it. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. I'm seeing guys sell them right now for over $1,000. I was like, yeah, man, I definitely sold mine for MSRP to my uncle, you know. Shit. And then, like, to go online and, like, to buy anything. Jesus. Like, to just go buy a simple base, you know, something that's got a motherboard, it has a CPU, and I'm not even looking for it to have a GPU. Just have a motherboard, a case, and some RAM. You know, they're wanting ridiculous amounts of money for that kind of stuff. So it's, yeah, it's getting pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. Good thing is, though, I got friends that they got their hands on a little bit of everything. So I'm sure if I really, really needed something, I could get it. Trying to talk Nemesis into letting me get that Threadripper off of him. He needs to upgrade anyway. It was like the first one they came out with. I can't even believe he still has it. You know my address, brother. Go ahead and send that over. Oh man, it's on 3-year-old 580s for $425. I mean, hey, if people are paying it, then do it. You know, I ain't gonna knock you for it. I ain't gonna knock you for it. I would too. I had somebody offer me a little over 500 for the 5500 XT. But I'm not gonna sell it until I know I have a better card. Because me and Mikkel had talked about it and was like, well, you know, I could sell this and almost buy two 3060s for what they're going through if you can get one for MSRP. So we'll see how it works out. I bought a different case today. I have several computer cases already. I already have one new one that I don't like it, so I got a new one. I ordered a new one today. So when it gets here, hopefully everything will work in it. Hell yeah. That's awesome, man. You lightweight sound like them a little bit. Are you heating your house with all that stuff? You watch Red Panda Mining at all? You know what? I almost bought a Raspberry Pi thing today. It was, what's the newest gen of Raspberry Pi? Is it 3 or 4? What up, Raven Sky? How are ya? Yeah, you keeper of the crypto, you better just hit me up and sell me that 3060, buddy. I need it. I freaking need it. Pi 4, okay, this thing I was gonna buy earlier I was looking at was a Pi 3, but it came with a whole big box of stuff, like a ridiculous box of stuff. Mikkel, stop it. I already see what you're doing. Golden Wolf, what up? Yeah, I would so love to have a 3000 series card. They're just impossible to freaking find unless you got somebody camping out at MC all night. Back looking at HNT. Yeah, that's sick. 1,200 bucks. Dude, I've entered the shuffle grits. I enter every time Mikkel messages me, and I've. Yeah, Mikkel's he's been messaging me, letting me know when it's going on, because I'm horrible at keeping up with that. But I am in the family mind, looking at the channel he put in there when it comes on. But hopefully I get picked. It's always heartbreaking when you get the email, you were not selected. Yeah, I got some hot spots of or from Emirate. Yep, they actually just finally paid me out yesterday, so that was pretty nice of them. I don't know if you can mine HNT with a GPU or if you have to do the hotspot thing. I'd imagine you have to do a hotspot. That's awesome, Grits. You're the man, buddy. Yeah, oh yeah. Never heard of the Nebra or Nebra. Is it the same thing as the rack? Yeah, I've been running them like 4 or 5 months now, and they've only paid me once. And then I kept sending tickets like, hey, you guys haven't paid, you haven't paid. And when I would open a ticket, they would just send me a ticket back immediately saying, we have closed your ticket. It has been resolved. Like, no. So it was a bunch of kinks in their software that they had going on. So they got everything fixed finally. and payouts should resume as normal the 10th of every month. Not sure if they got the dashboard working again yet. Yeah, Simon, they are. But they're locked up, right? So I couldn't just go grab one of them miners and smash it on the floor and get that stuff out of there and set it up for Bitcoin, could I? That would be nice. Yes and no. What's the other ticker you want to look at? Would you HSN? I'll have to scroll back up in the chat. HNS. Handshake. Uh-oh. Handshake isn't looking too hot. It's testing that 21 day right up around the 30 cent area. And if it rejects here, then definitely be looking back down to the next big area of support, and that's that 50-day moving average right around 21 cents. But it's still bullish overall. Looking at it on a daily chart, still very bullish. It's just got to stay in between or above the 50 and 21 MA. Yeah, we'll take a look at Uni. I like Uni. My buddy, and I totally blew him off because I did not think that it was anything big. But he had messaged me and said, hey man, need to go buy some of these Uni socks. And at the time, they're only a couple bucks, you know. I was like, oh man. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Well, then 2 days later, he sends me a thing like, hey, man, I just made $20,000. Like, oh, shit. I should have jumped on that. Uni, looking super bullish. It's way above the 21 MA. That does not mean it can't come down and test it. If you were looking to buy Uniswap, I probably wouldn't be buying it right now. I would wait for a moving average test on like a daily or weekly chart. But the first buying area you want to be looking for is around $24, and then the second one's right around $19.30. So keep an eye on that. The DCA oscillator is nearing the overbought area, so if it does creep up there a little bit more, we are going to be looking to take a little bit of a breather. And we did get a doji candle right here. And that usually signifies a reversal, but yeah, I guess we could call this a decent little uptrend with it being on a daily chart. So we'll see what happens. You could consider this a long-legged doji too, and these are normally bullish. You normally want to see a candle like that on a monthly chart. If you can see a big dump and then you get a long-legged doji, you know that it's reversal time. And it works the same way with pumps. If you see a big pump and then you see a long-legged doji that looks like this at the top of a pump, you know it's reversal time, that the price is probably gonna come down here. But when we are in a pump and you get the long-legged doji, it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna keep going. So just keep an eye on it, guys, but definitely would be sitting on my hands. We're making this classic M pattern that I love trading these. Basically, you're just waiting for double tops, triple tops, and then you're going to hammer down on the trade. So definitely be watching Uni, and it is up pretty high, $28. So, dude, this has a potential to be like BNB and you know, do that crazy crap that it's doing. Right, and that's right, Simon, and that's why I like it better too. You know, when I first got into everything, it was like, you know, pretty much the only thing really retail investors can really get into, that they can afford to get into, are penny stocks. You know, nobody can afford to go buy stocks of Apple and just start, you know what I mean, and just start out and make tons of money. So, and penny stocks were a big deterrent, you know. A lot of them get delisted very quickly, and I got into Bitcoin through, I was working in the oil field. I was working on drilling rigs, and I had one of my buddies approach me and was like, hey man, you gotta buy this Bitcoin and we're gonna send it to this place and they're gonna mine it for us. And I'm like, what the f are you talking about, dude? Bitcoin and mining, what, they gotta go in a cave to mine these coins out of there? Like, what is it? I had no idea. But long story short, it took them ripping me off and stealing all my Bitcoin for me to fall down the rabbit hole. And like, man, how can I get my money back? And what the hell is cryptocurrency? I still didn't even have a grasp on what any of it was. You know, I bought my first Bitcoin and did not know what it was. And sent them like an idiot to some company who promised me 1% return a day for 144 days. Then after 144 days, you get your investment back and your ROI, and you reinvest it again for 144 days. So I did that like 3 times. And I got down to my 3rd or 4th 144 day cycle where I had to reinvest. And right as I reinvested, they get a cease and desist order. Hang on 1 second, my kids are just going nuts. Any of you guys have daughters that think that they're boys? That they can fight like boys? Oh my. Well, you started right before the 2017 boom. Yeah, dude, my kids be tripping all the time. Like, you'll see a lot of my videos where I gotta pause them. I gotta go up there and yell, and then they shut up for about 20 minutes and... Yep, that's how it is for me, Simon. That's how it is for me. All my stuff is set up in the basement because it's the only place where I can sometimes get away from them. And yeah, yep. You know, one time I walked down into the basement, and you know, I got a pretty big L-shaped desk, and I got monitors and I got crap everywhere. But one day I come home and walk over to my desk, and there's a huge puddle of water laying on top of my computer. I'm like, what in the hell? Well, here the kid spilled a bunch of stuff upstairs in the bathroom. I don't know if they were in the bathtub or what they were doing, playing, and just sloshed 17,000 gallons of water onto the floor. But it went through the floor and it dripped all over my stuff. It didn't ruin anything, thank God, but 21 and 22, and they still be tripping. I have a very good feeling mine will be too. I have a 15-year-old, I have a 14-year-old, I have a 7-year-old, I have a 10-year-old, and in 3 days I'm gonna have a 5-year-old. So it's I live a pretty hectic life. It's like, that's gonna sound bad, but with the COVID and all the stuff going on, I've had a very nice break. My summers are non-stop running. All my kids play sports, and as they get older, they are getting into sports. So it's, you know, softball is like gonna be the death of me. There's so much running with softball. Now my kids are wanting to play on travel leagues, and that insists of you have to, you know, you got to go stay in hotels every weekend, and a lot of traveling bull crap going on with that. So me and the wife are still discussing whether we're going to do this or not. It's going to be hard. We do a travel league because if one of us is only going to be able to go at a time, because the other one's going to have to run all the other kids to the other games. So yes, they are, Keeper of the Crypto. Yes, they are. I'm starting to go through some things. You know, my parents always said, I hope that your kids are not like you were, you know, because most parents say, you wait till you have kids and they put you through the same hell that you did to me. And My parents said we don't wish that on you, because I was a hellion, let me tell you. I was a hellion. But I'm starting to get it back. Starting to get it back. Just sneaking out and... Oh yeah. My kids are crazy, man. They'll jump out of a second-story window to sneak out. It was so funny. I had the kid sneak out. It was last year. She jumped out the top story, jumped out the window on top of my car. Which a whole year later I didn't know she was doing until my stepson came and told me. You know, I go out there and look at my car, and I got footprints all over the top of it, a couple dents from her falling on it, and but yeah, she'd sneak out and then could never get back in because I always locked the door. So it's funny, some of the shit that they do. Yep. And that's what I did too, Keeper. That was my big thing. It gave me a lot of time to, you know, dig more into crypto and find out, you know, different things that interest me. Like, honest to God, before crypto, I could not hook up a VCR. That's how lame I was, seriously. So it's given me a brand new skill set. If you would have asked me 10 years ago, hey, where do you see yourself in 10 years from now? Do you think in 10 years from now you'll be building a computer and blah 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 blah? And I would have said absolutely not. I didn't have a clue. And it does make it nice that a lot of stuff is plug and play now. So yeah. Yeah, I don't... Grits, I might just go to prison for a little bit just to get a couple years over with. That way, when it comes time that I really get sentenced to prison for snapping somebody's neck in half or screwing with my daughter, won't be as long as a stint, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, that's the same stuff my kids will do, dude. I swear to God. I swear to God. Yes. Yes. It's nice now, like, if me and the wife decide to leave and we have the oldest girls babysit, you know, I have to go lock everything. I lock my basement, lock the garage, I lock everything. Lock all the keys in the safe. You know, you never know nowadays, man, what the hell these kids are gonna do. Oh no, Grits. Husband. Oh man. Yeah, I feel for you, buddy. I'm not there yet. Yeah. Yep. And it is, Simon, you know, and I'm not definitely by no means a millionaire, but I have, the way I trade and the way I look at the markets and how I do stuff is a little bit different, but I make money and things are good. I go heavy sometimes, but I've made a lot of mistakes, and that was the big reason why I wanted to do this. I don't want everybody else getting into crypto making these same mistakes, you know, and not only the trading aspect of it, but just the general scams that are out there now, because it's such a new space and there's so many new ways every day being invented on how to scam people out of their crypto that, you know, we all come together and try to help everybody out. And yep, if only crypto had like good health insurance and stuff, I'd probably be doing it full time too. Right now, basically the only reason why I'm working is for health insurance for everybody. It just saves me a lot of money. That's the way to do it, Simon. That's the way to do it. At least 2 to 3 years. Paper trade, or using very, very small micro amounts of money. That's the best way to learn how to trade. You go all willy-nilly, especially like when you first do it, you hit that first big trade and you're like, that adrenaline you get from it, you're like, oh my God, I got to do it again. and then that forces you and makes you think that you always got to be trading. And if you're not always trading, you think you're missing out, and in turn you miss out on all your money. You end up losing all of it. So it's you know, it took years and it took a lot of dedication and a lot of discipline to get myself where I am now. And going on other places and seeing people getting wrecked and losing out, and it's like, man, if you guys would just slow down and just seriously just listen to a couple of the things I'm telling you, you could turn this around really quick. Instead of losing it all, you could make small amounts back, and you'd be good to go. Right, Keeper of the Crypto, right. And that's just like with the pumps, you know, in that 2017, and it was going freaking sky high. I stayed the hell away from it. I was like, I ain't buying into anything right now. I had already been holding Bitcoin, but I wasn't real tough into trading crypto as much as I was trading other stocks and things like that at the time. But it was when it started coming down is when I started getting excited. You know, I bought a lot of Litecoin around $150. And I just recently sold those. I bought those back in 2017, and I just sold them maybe a month ago, 3 weeks, month maybe. It was right when we got past 150. I sold all that shit right now. I was like, I don't even care if I just want break even. I want to get rid of it. It'd have been nice for that pump to 230 though. That's right, Simon. I always try to spit facts. I don't try to sugarcoat stuff and make things seem, you know, like it's something else, like a lot of other YouTube guys that I watched in the very beginning. And so I said, you know, you go on YouTube and you look up indicators. Like if you go on right now on YouTube and you type in RSI, the first 20 videos you pull up, that's going to show you the wrong way to trade with them indicators, just like MACD and probably a lot of other things. It's very hard to find good information where you can learn the indicator and use it the right way, is what I'm trying to say. I'd like to do that, maybe go in and find some of the worst trading videos that you could possibly ever watch. But yeah, it don't get no love from investors, and I used to be a pretty big fanboy of Litecoin. You know, it was the silver to Bitcoin, and I like it still. I'm not saying it's horrible or anything. It's just they're just not doing anything with Litecoin, you know. The only thing that it has a use case for me is to move money from this exchange to that exchange and not have a crazy hella fee. Keeper of the Crypto, to be 100% honest with you, man, I don't watch anybody's channel. I don't watch nothing. Big reason for that is trading in the markets and doing the stuff that I do. I can't afford to let somebody else's narrative affect what I'm thinking and what I'm planning for. Now, that doesn't, I'm not saying I 100% just shut everything off and I don't watch it. Occasionally I might scroll through something and find a video and I'll watch that, but I don't purposely log on to YouTube and say, hey, I'm gonna go watch this guy and see what he's saying about Bitcoin. I don't do it. I don't care what anybody else has to say. The only thing I care is what the chart is telling me. And that's a big difference between crypto and stocks. You know, crypto, it does move on news a little bit, but the effect news has on crypto isn't nearly what the effect that news has on the stock market. And like earnings calls and stuff like that. So I just stick to my TA, I stick to what I'm looking at, I stick to my plan. And that's what's helped me the most. It's what's worked the best for me. May not work like that for everybody, you know, because everybody's different. We all trade different. Everybody's got different style. You guys might like to scalp trade a 1 minute chart, whereas I like to just trade daily, weekly charts. Occasionally take some scalp trading on the smaller time frames. Like I used to be huge into scalp trading. That's all I did. I never traded daily time frames or nothing. Trading the hour chart non-stop. Absolutely, Simon. We'll definitely get together. It'd be cool to pick your brain about some stuff. BNB and cake. cake, man. Dang it. BNB's looking pretty good. BNB, now, if I was trading this, and I did post this in the Patreon group, absolutely, Simon, absolutely. I'm always willing to learn new stuff and do different things, so it's, yeah, BNB, wow, I posted this in the Patreon a few days ago about taking the breakout trade here, and I think we went long here at the 21 day. I'm almost certain we did. I'll look back in the Discord, but I'm pretty sure I called for long here, but I'd be going long here again, or drawing in a breakout trade and trading a breakout. Either or. You could draw you a channel in here. You could just play off the MA. But BNB looks pretty good. Still bullish. We're above that moving average, so it's acting as support. The oscillator's got a ton of room to move. It's down here in the middle. Momentum wave is sitting at 20, so we're... yeah. We're above 0. We're at 20. VWAP wave is at 9.343, so I think BNB will pump. It's got to hold here, and we just printed the new daily candle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's got to get back up here. We just printed the new daily, and it opened underneath that 21 moving average, so maybe I spoke a little bit too soon. I don't know. We'll just watch it here for a second, see what happens. Oh, man. Thought I smelled something burning. Like the kids burning down the house up there? Or what the hell's going on? Hopefully BNB pumps up here. Definitely background. Yeah, it is pretty sick. I try to change them every now and then. I think it's Bitcoin in the back of there, but oh, this is perpetual contract, so sorry, Mikkel, that's not the right one. A lot of perpetual contracts. There we go, there's Tether. So same deal, it opened up underneath that 21 MA. Which I don't know how it did, because it's showing here it closed above it. So I don't know how it opened below it. Haikanashi. Yep, Haikanashi. So this is regular candles we got on now. We move to, and I know I'm not pronouncing it right. Nefarious always busts my balls about that. So looking at the Haikanashi, we are testing that 21. So it's still looking bullish. I would take a long position here and see what happens. You're gonna put your stop loss down here, you know, like maybe at $221. But yeah, I would definitely take the long here. Moving averages are set exactly where we like them to be at when we're taking longs. And if you're looking at these, you see how these moving averages are not curling down like the other ones were on the Bitcoin daily chart or Ethereum daily chart. So this is still very good, very bullish. We want to see stuff like this. And you have, okay, we got a couple other coins we'll look at. But this is one big, huge breakout trade. You could draw in with your wicks and draw it in like that. So if you're drawing wicks, go wick to wick. If you're drawing bodies, go body to body with your top and bottom lines. Don't use wicks on your top and then draw a line in here touching all bodies. That's not going to be very accurate. You need to stay with one or the other. And what I kind of do is find the most touches through the wicks and draw that in there. So then we're just waiting for the breakout here, guys, on BNB daily chart. And if you watched any of my videos, you know how we trade these breakouts. We get out of that pattern, we're going long, stop loss right back inside, vice versa. We go below it, we're going short, stop, back up here in the pattern. Take a look at cake. I was holding tons of this and I sold it a while back. There's not very much info on cake. Forget where me and Mikkel was looking at it, where we had all kinds of information with it. Nope. Nope, hardly any info. So, I'll go down to 12 hours, see if any MAs pull up. Well, looking on a 12-hour chart, we're still underneath that 12-hour moving average. Looking bearish. We'd probably taken a short there at that 21 moving average on the 12-hour chart, but it just depends. A few more others are currently in position just to be full transparent. I like Cake. I think it'll do big things like Uniswap, so we'll see. We'll see. Need to find better info on it. I don't have very much info on Cake at all. Maybe if we looked at the Binance Bitcoin thingy. Looking bearish. Looking bearish. Especially if that 21 crosses under the 50-day moving average. Oh, we're on the 12-hour chart. Duh. Still the same. We're underneath the 21, so it's acting as resistance. I'd be taking a short position at $11.83 and be looking for profit anywhere from $8.65 down to $6.70. Nice little play for Cake. And even when you take your profit down here, you can also enter back into a long and then ride it back up to the 21, because we'll probably bounce in between these moving averages for a while. And it's good too, you guys, the longer we stay up in this area and the longer we're in the range, that's the better that is. The more steam we're building up to get ready to knock through the other side. It's always better if we stay up here longer versus just dumping down here and then trying to sidestep our way back up to where we was. So I think it's still bullish for sure. Time will tell though. Let's take a look at Ren. My buddy Nefarious, a couple weeks ago we were trading Ren. I had started a bot on it. He was spot trading it. We both entered into it, and then we both started freaking out like, oh man, did we just screw this up? And I went ahead and cut my loss. I just went ahead and just cut it off. I thought I was trading the daily chart, and here I was trading a 4-hour chart, so I just hurried up and just cut it. But he did good on it. He did very good on it. He bought back here at the 70-some cent area, and he took his profit at over $1. So he did really good on his trade. He had strong hands. He held it. But looking again, most of these assets are going to look the same. But we're just, and this is easy trading. Easy trading. $1.12 is what you're looking for to take your short position or to sell. And to buy back in, you're looking right around 90 cents, 89 cents. And that's where you want to take your profit if you're shorting. That's where you want to enter along if you're leverage trading. So, and all the daily chart on most everything has been reset. So the oscillator is looking very good. There's tons of room to do whatever we want to do. But we'd like to see a close above that 21-day moving average. So if we can get back up above the $1.13 and close, very bullish. Heck yeah. Yep, be waiting for that pop up there above it. Yes, sir, it is very profitability, because it almost does it like clockwork. When everything's set up just right. Just right. Take a look at Atom. I have not messed around with this one too much. I have seen it. I have not traded it. And it's still looking pretty bullish, although the moving average is starting to curl. It does look like it might be doing a little U-type deal, where it's starting to curl down, but then it's just going to U back up. So keep an eye on that. Again, shorting here at $18, $19. That'd be about $20.20. Taking my profit down at $14.75. And looking, that's not that big of an area. That's a teeny tiny little area of support down through there. So it's possible that if it does break and hits that 50-day and breaks under that 50-day, it's going to go lower. It'll definitely, we'll be seeing that area of $9.70 if it breaks that. So got to keep an eye on the open and closes with the DCA simple moving average script. As long as everything stays above the purple and blue or in between there, we're pretty bullish. We just don't want to see anything get under that 50-day moving average. That's when you want to start thinking about offing what you're holding, or start planning DCA buy-in, where you're dollar cost averaging your way through the dump. Yes, and the more it consolidates, the more steam it's building. So that just means the next leg up, it's going to be that much bigger, that much stronger, in a sense. And there was a couple more. Alright guys, I gotta jump off here. I'm gonna get my kids some food and probably get laid down and watch a movie. It's 7 o'clock here where I'm at, so I got a couple more hours yet with the kiddos, and probably get me a good night's sleep. I'm gonna shut my phone off so my work can't call me. I don't care who wrecks tomorrow, I ain't coming. But I will be in the Discord, and thank you guys all for stopping. I appreciate all of you guys very much. And hit me up in the Discord. I'll be in there, and we can shoot the shit and do whatever we want to do. Heck yeah, Simon, that's awesome, brother. We're in the cool time zone. The cool time zone. Mikkel and them guys, and they're all in, I don't know what the hell time zone they're in. It's not cool, I can tell you that. Later, Mikkel. You guys have a good night, and I will see you here in a little bit.